Hello, my name is Cameron Fuller. I will be completing a simulation video for the Athabasca University course HLST 320, Assignment 3, Part B. Category 3 is about a preceptor student, Jane, who made a medication error and requires teaching and prevention. Her learning objective in the cognitive domain will be identifying and recalling. After this 3-minute teaching session, Jane will identify and explain the 7 medication rights and correctly recall the 2 elements of client identification. By attaining the willingness to adhere to the medication protocols, Jane will be able to apply her knowledge and prevent future medication errors. I will be working with my preceptor student, Jane, to discuss the medication error she made on shift. Good morning, Jane. I'm glad we can meet in the team room before the start of our shift today. I just wanted to discuss the medication error that you reported to me yesterday. First off, I want to thank you for your transparency. I know it's very scary at first, but it opens up such an opportunity for learning from our mistakes. That being said, I wrote a learning objective for today's discussion that I would like you to complete over the next few minutes. The goal is for you to be able to describe in your own words all of the 7 rights of medication administration and how we can practice them on the floor. Before we get started, I brought you a pen and a highlighter, so I'll give those to you to note any key terms, and then I've also brought you a notebook here so you can make notes about the information we're going to go over so you know what you're going to recite back to me. I'll give you that. First of all, I will go over the 7 rights of medication administration as outlined by Alberta Health Services, which are the right documentation, right reason, right time and frequency, right route, right client, right dose, and right medication. For further review, I printed out the medication guidelines from AHS, so I will give you a copy of that. I have them here, so I'll give you those. I want you to make notes while you're going through them. There is useful information you can review at a different time as well throughout that handout. And I'll just give you a minute to review the rights. Now that you've had time to review that, I want you to recite each right and describe how you're going to check each one while you're administering medications. That's great, Jane. However, I did notice you only gave me one method to check the right client. You said you can review the patient's identification band, which is correct, but you never mentioned a second source, which is a requirement for checking the right client. Yes, that's correct. Asking the patient their date of birth would be a great second method. That is great critical thinking and demonstrates you understand what is required. We will have other objectives that we can work on in the future, but today I'm confident you're ready to put the 7 rights of medication administration into practice. Do you have any other questions or comments for me before we finish? Okay, good. Thank you for your feedback. I appreciate that. Let's go start our shift and get a report.